Sherrone Moore has been fired as the Michigan football head coach for cause for having an inappropriate sexual relationship with a female University of Michigan employee, a football staffer, a woman who was reportedly, and it's out there, the special assistant to the head coach. It's her 5th year in the program. Started under Jim Harbaugh back in 2021. Reportedly, allegedly, as a recruiting assistant and worked her way up to the assistant to the head coach. Dan Wetzel, Adam Schefter, and others. Justin Spiro as well, a Michigan State content creator, was all over this one and has been rumoring it for months. The rumors, the vibes last week turned out to be true, and Sherrone Moore is no longer the head coach at the University of Michigan. Michigan Athletic Director Ward Manuel put out a statement moments after this happened. You see that on screen. Michigan football head coach Sherrone Moore terminated, cause effective immediately. Investigation, credible evidence found that Moore had engaged in an inappropriate relationship with a staff member. That is the quote from Ward Manuel. For this firing. The University of Michigan is now looking for a head coach. Now, Biff Poggi, who I think did a pretty damn good job as Michigan's interim head coach for a couple games after the loss to Oklahoma, did him I thought Michigan's offense looked better. Maybe the defense played a little harder, liked what he see, but he is not a permanent solution for Michigan. Biff probably is going to coach the bowl game, which, who knows what that team's going to look like with your head coach fired. Guys can be let out. Right now, you've got 30 days as a Michigan football player after your coach gets fired or leave. We got John Blaze with the $200. John will get you after we finish this cut with Sherrone Moore that we're going to go on the channel. But this is just disgraceful, all right? I am so sick and tired. Oh, that was strike 3, not even John Blaze. I thought it was John. Strike 3, I see that 200. So sick and tired of the bull crap off the field for this program when it comes to coaches, when it comes to staffers, when it comes to scandal. Matt Weiss, Sherrone Moore, all right? Alex Yoder, guy wearing this dang shirt that I have on now, right? You see this hoodie in a Walmart, buying vodka, trying to get, a 14-year-old girl drunk and see what happens. Just absolutely disgraceful. Denard Robinson driving drunk and driving off the road and being caught by the Ann Arbor, Washtenaw County police, drunk and passed out in his car while he is working for Michigan. I'm sick of it. It's disgraceful. Luckily for this program, they had the success on the field, right? And I'm not even talking about the Connor Stallion stuff. The success on the field for this program is the only thing hanging on right now that makes me feel good about the future of this team and what we have going on in the future. But it's absolutely disgraceful that this is happening. And Sherrone Moore, you should absolutely be ashamed of yourself. Give me one word reaction, though. Get down in the comments. Let me know your one word reaction to Michigan firing Sherrone Moore. My one word, my only word, is disgraceful. And if you want to get a couple more one words, I'll say despicable. I will say awful. I will say sickening. But despicable is disgraceful. I guess despicable, one of those is my one word. So where does this program go from here? Right? Every single player that just signed with this team a week ago, right? Today's December 10th. Signing day was December 7th. Okay? Go ahead and throw that up there because I want to make something real clear to anyone watching. Go ahead and toss that quote from Ward Manuel back on the screen if you can, Jack. I'd love to just kind of dissect this one little nugget of information at a time. All right. Okay, two-parter. So let's just keep this up there for a second. An investigation with cause following credible evidence was found. The code of conduct constitutes a clear violation of university policy, and Michigan maintains zero tolerance for such behavior. Biff Poggi has been appointed head coach in an interim capacity, effective immediately. So what does that mean, folks? What does that mean? Michigan is a massive institution. The University of Michigan Athletic Department is a $250 million a year company within a university. You cannot do an investigation of this level in under a week. You cannot do an investigation of this level realistically in under a month and feel that you have enough to cancel a contract that was reportedly going to pay Sherrone Moore tens of more millions of dollars for cause in a matter of days. So what does that mean? What does that mean to me? It means, again, that Ward Manuel, who I'll give credit, he's got the best basketball program in the country right now. He's got the best hockey program in the country. He's 2 years removed from a national championship. Hell, 2 seasons removed. Michigan won the national championship last January, right? It's 2025 still, January 8th, 2024. But if he let him coach the last 3, 4, 5, 6 games of the year, if he let him sign a recruiting class of 17 and 18-year-old high school players, national letters of intent, with this investigation ongoing on, it's absolutely despicable. It's absolutely disgraceful. And Ward Manuel's job should be on the line here as well. It just should. You cannot let a coach go out there and coach. If you think the evidence is credible, what is going on, you say he's stepping away or he's been, stepping away from the program for personal reasons, taking a leave of absence. Investigation happens, you find the evidence, okay, he's fired. But letting him coach, it just feels dirty. It just feels like Michigan was trying to hope this goes away, trying to hope it wasn't true, and it wasn't. I'm so damn sick of these despicable off-the-field scandals. And I mentioned this on the live show here. I'm going to say it one more time as we're going to put this up on the channel here. I am going to leave the office tonight, and I'm not going to wear this shirt anymore, right? I am going to cover it up, right? Because it's damn embarrassing. And this is all anyone's going to talk to me about. All right, we live in Dallas, and not many Michigan fans out here. Not too many Michigan fans out here in Dallas. That's the first thing people are going to say. They're going to say, oh, Stallions cheated. Sherrone Moore banging staffers. Recruiting assistants trying to get 14-year-old girls drunk and buying vodka at Walmart. Your old offensive coordinator downloading private photos from thousands of female or maybe male college athletes. An absolute sicko, an absolute piece of shit. All right, that is what Michigan is getting known at. Michigan football is getting known at, and the only reason that's not the only thing people talk about is the fact they happen to have success. That J.J. McCarthy and Blake Corum and all the other players, Mike Sainristil, et cetera, was able to go to 3 straight college football playoffs, beat Ohio State 4 years in a row, win a national championship. If that doesn't happen, folks, Michigan should just shut the program down right now because they would just be absolutely cooked. But I'm embarrassed to support this program right now based on all the off-field things that have happened for this team. We've got 36,000 subscribers here on the channel. Coming up on 36,700. If you have yet to do so, subscribe to the Michigan Football Report. I got that scumbag Sherrone Moore off of the show icon. You'll never see him listed on that show icon. Again, we just kind of made a little maize and blue. We'll make it. We'll spice it up with the new head coach when he is named. Now, some potential candidates for this job. I think Jesse Minter's one, right? He's connected to the old stuff, but a 1-year show cause. If it's a 1-year season show cause, that should be up soon, right? It shouldn't go until next summer or anything like that. If it's 1 year, that'll be up in like April, May of this year. If it's 1 season, it's over in a few weeks. I think Minter is the most sought after coach in all of football, any level of football, college, pro, high school, for head coaching jobs, who is not already a head coach, and he happens to have been Michigan's defensive coordinator for 2 years. Really want to do that? I actually doubt it because I think the scandal, everything that happens, he doesn't want that, and he will be potentially the most sought-after coach for several NFL head coaching jobs. How about Jedd Fisch? I think it's the most realistic candidate right there. Former passing game coordinator for Michigan, 2015, 2016. Went back to the NFL, has been head coach at Arizona, had a ton of success there. Washington, okay year 1, really strong year 2, 1 bad loss to Wisconsin, and go from there. Other people have said, there's a lot of rumors out there, Kalen DeBoer, if Alabama walks into Oklahoma here in a couple weeks and craps the bed, loses by 20 points, has another 4-loss season after being blown out by Georgia on Saturday in the SEC title game, going to get blown out by Oklahoma, would him and Alabama just say, hey, I don't want this job, you don't want me to be the head coach, you want to pay a buyout, I don't want to have to pay a buyout to you guys, let's just boop, and he becomes Michigan's head coach. I had credible information 2 years ago when he took the Alabama job that, hey, Michigan potentially dropped the ball here, and Jim Harbaugh let this thing stretch out because Kalen DeBoer wanted the Michigan job if it became available, but he couldn't pass up the Alabama job. They closed him. He took what many consider to be that in Ohio State, Bama and Ohio State, the best 2 jobs in college football. You make an argument Michigan's probably up there in the top 5 or 6. Maybe the only reason they're not is because the lack of in-state talent that you get from the high school ranks, as seen by Michigan's recruiting class this year, really didn't have anybody from the state of Michigan all in. But let me know what you guys think. Other people said Kenny Dillingham, Arizona State. I'd like that one as well. Young guy, up and comer. That's his alma mater. Michigan's got some bad, vibes with that, with Rich Rodriguez back in 2007 into 2008 when he was, taken away from his alma mater and just absolutely crashed out at Michigan. Who should be Michigan's next coach? Someone saying Tony Anise, if I'm pronouncing it. I can't remember, Grand Valley State. He would be Michigan's Jim Tressel, right? A legendary small school head coach within the state, Michigan ties, et cetera, et cetera. Could he come there? Joe Brady. I like that one. I'm seeing Joe Brady in the live chat. Jed, the offensive coordinator for the Buffalo Bills. Jed Fish, of course. Brett Bielema, hell no. So let me know what you guys think. Kirk Cignetti. The timing may work out for Michigan here because the college football playoff games are in 10 days, like 9-10 days from now. The timing could work out for Michigan here that the guys who lose in that first round, right, who could be a number of players, Kalen DeBoer, others, could become available, and Michigan doesn't have to sit there for 5, 6, 7 weeks like Penn State had to do, waiting for these guys' seasons to be over, or have just an absolutely despicable process like the Lane Kiffin, Ole Miss, Florida, other teams saga that went down. We got another tweet coming in here, Jack. Watch it show it up on screen. It says from Matt Zenitz, CBS Sports. Is that right, Jack? Michigan AD indicated to staffers that at least part of the Sherrone Moore investigation, where it's become from a former secret pharmacy internally, has been going on since mid-November, sources tell CBS Sports. Ultimately reached the point where he fired Moore today. So what do you make of that? I mean, if he was under investigation while you're coaching games, I don't know how he is the only head that rolls. I think other heads have to roll. Maybe it's Ward Manuel, maybe it's not. But the breaking news here, Sherrone Moore fired as Michigan's head coach. And I am disgraced. I think it's despicable, and I'm not sure if I've got anything else to say. All right, we'll keep moving on. Make sure you subscribe to the Michigan Football Report. We're live on YouTube here this afternoon, so if you're watching us on demand, see if we're still live. We got that bum Sherrone Moore off of our artwork on the channel. You won't see him anymore. Go Blue.